And good morning or good afternoon here. Welcome back to Behind the Arc Basketball for this game. Starting off at 12 o'clock Eastern Time, the number 9 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide on the road taking on the number 24 ranked Oklahoma Sooners. For this game here, so I'll be covering the play-by-play today. This is part of Big 12 versus SEC Challenge going down. Great matchup in store for these two teams. Both of these teams are red hot right now. At this point of the season, Alabama, the hottest team in all college basketball, 10 straight victories for the Crimson Tide, undefeated 4-0 on the road, taking on Oklahoma on a 4-game winning streak themselves over Texas in their last matchup back on Tuesday, 80-79 the final, and they held Texas to 6 for 25 from the perimeter. Going to take on a red-hot perimeter attack here with 4 different players on Alabama averaging at least 12 points per game. Let's see what we got going on in the chat right now. Welcome in, guys. Appreciate for dropping by here. Lost Pupper, Ryan, Bradley here. The Mod Squad back again. We got Vegas as well. Roger on the channel, Red Sox fan, taking the Roll Tide down in this one. Should be a good one. Good afternoon to you guys out here on the stream. So, great day of basketball action going down, college, and then later finishing off with the NBA out in this game. What's good, Jacob? Big 12 or SEC today as a Gators fan. He's thinking Big 12 probably going to win here. There's one game missing today, so there's going to be 9 games, so it's not going to be split. Even if they do tie it up the series 5-5, Kentucky went on a pause, so that Kentucky versus Texas game has been canceled for the SEC Big 12 Challenge. Let's see here. So I'm going to take Alabama in this game. I was kind of leading Oklahoma when I was thinking about it yesterday, but big loss today for Oklahoma. They're going to be without 2 of their starters for this matchup. Their leading scorer, Austin Reeves, and also another starter with Alondes Williams. Both of these players were announced around a half an hour ago that they are out of this game due to COVID-19 protocol. So that's a major loss right there without their 2 key starters. Reeves leads the team in scoring with 15.8 points per game. He's also the point guard for the team, averaging over 5 assists per game. So major loss right there. And Alondes Williams came into this game averaging just over 7 points per game as well. So Landon's got Oklahoma with an upset over Alabama, 74-71. Yeah, crazy upsets we've had throughout these Saturdays for college hoops. Also, Texas A&M taking on Kansas State. I'm going to take Texas A&M in that one for the SEC Big 12. I like Texas Tech over LSU today. Florida, West Virginia. That's going to be a toss-up there. Roger going out for his Gators. I'm going to take West Virginia in that game. Should be a tight one. I'll take Missouri over TCU for my prediction, as well as Baylor winning against Auburn. I'll be streaming that one today as this game gets tipped off, and it's going to go first here off the tip-off as Alabama has it. So Alabama, the red jerseys, white numbers, white letters. They drive inside, miss the layup, no good. Rebound by Oklahoma as we just tipped it off. Oklahoma first possession now. So they have it at the right wing perimeter. Davion Harmon dribbles now, free throw circle jumper, no good, rattled out. Rebound goes right back over to Alabama, second possession. Mario, welcome to the stream. He's taking the Roll Tide down in this one. Vegas like in Alabama, 75-69. Alabama starting 5. Herb Jones, Josh Primo, Alex Reese, John Petty Jr., Jaden Shackelford as Alabama turns it over. Oklahoma with a steal, and they get the first bucket of the game. Lays it up and in for 2 by Davion Harmon. Sooners out to a 2-zip lead. Alabama third possession. Ball poked out of bounds. They turn it over again. Turned over there by Josh Primo. So Alabama, they got 4 weapons here on their team, averaging at least 12 points per game. They've had a lot of troubles with turnovers this season, and that's one of the things that Oklahoma has the edge on, is that they're number 1 in the Big 12 in fewest turnovers per game. What's good, Goody? Welcome to the stream, man. Bradley's going to take Alabama 77-72. Who did I pick to win? Kansas, Tennessee tonight? I'm going to take Kansas for that one. Tennessee was actually the favorite, but I'll go Kansas for that game. I'm going to take Oklahoma State in a tight game. Oklahoma State with a W over Arkansas. That game should be nice. Close game there. I'll go Mississippi State over Iowa State. Mario taking the Roll Tide here, 78-70 for Alabama. Yeah, Jacob hoping that Florida can stay hot, beat West Virginia. That'll be a huge game for Florida if they're able to knock off West Virginia, because they're looking for a quality victory. Chicago Bulls 1-2-3. Welcome to the stream here, bud. Oklahoma turns it over around the perimeter. Alabama now with the basketball. 18:30 left to go. Shot fake, drives inside, puts it up off the glass. That's good for 2 by Josh Primo, so they're on the board. Ryan looking for the Flyers to beat URI today. I'm interested to see how URI responds, because they just been so inconsistent this season. I'm not sure if they've turned a corner just yet. Bounce pass to left elbow. Jumper missed by Oklahoma. Rebound by Alabama. I'm going to take Alabama in this one for my prediction. 78-73. So I like Alabama by 5. 17:55 left to go. Alabama shot fake, drives inside. That's going to be a blocking foul. It's going to send the Crimson Tide with Alex Reese to the line shooting 2. Hey, what's good? Welcome to the stream once again. Glad to have you on the channel here. Once again, as we have Jeerlin on the channel. Forget if I'm pronouncing it correct or nah. I remember you told me yesterday. Goodies go Oklahoma for the upset today. Oklahoma without their leading scorer in this game. They got without two of their starters announced out a half an hour prior to this game due to COVID-19 protocols. First free throw, no good. Alabama missed it. Lost pupper going for Alabama. Hey, what's good, Ty? Welcome to the stream, man. Second free throw coming up by Alabama. And no good. 0 for 2 that trip of the line. Alex Reese missed both of them. Rebound Sooners. 17:45 left to go. Oklahoma dribbles left wing. Harmon puts into the hands here of Gibson. Gibson outside to Manick. He's going to get a lot of minutes tonight. Now they go to the left elbow. Elijah Harkless back out to Manick. Takes the 3. Air ball. Goes out of bounds. And the Crimson Tide going to get it back. Alabama, last season, they were the number 3 ranked offense in the country. But their defense really struggled. This season, their defense has really stepped it up as far as how this team's been scoring. It's been another great year. I got you right there, so Jared Ladd. Thanks so much for the reminder once again. Yeah, I was trying to jog my memory back to yesterday if I had it correct. Alabama turns it over. They pass it out of bounds, trying to kick it back to the perimeter. He's also got Alabama by 3 today. NBA Gaming, welcome on the stream. Yeah, I heard about that. The Cardinals with a big trade going down. That was last night. Manick at the top. They move it back over to the hands of Davion Harmon. Now he dribble drives inside. Harmon puts it up and in off the glass. Attacks the lane. Both of these teams, primarily three-point shooting teams, haven't seen that, though, right from the start of this game. 16:50 left to go. Alabama drives inside. Missed it. Ball tipped up in the air. Fight for the rebound. Alabama tries to keep it alive, but taps it back to Oklahoma. Here goes the Sooners now. Oklahoma passes underneath over to Manick. Another 2 right there in transition. That's good for the Sooners. 6-2 the score. 16:30 left to go. Alabama's going to slow it down. Ball into the hands of Herb Jones. Jones to the right wing. Dribbles now at the top. Passes, and that's going to get jumped the route. Intercepted. Here goes Oklahoma on a 3-on-2. Going to take a quick 3, and they gut in transition. Big read right there by Umoja Gibson. Picks off the basketball. And in transition, jacks up a 3. Oklahoma, another steal. And Alabama just costing themselves with turnovers right from the start. 11-2. All for the inbound. The Crimson Tide turn it over. Hey, what's good, Jose? Welcome to the stream, man. Good morning out from Tucson. You just woke up. Costly turnovers by Alabama, as it's just had a major factor right from the start. Alabama turns it over again. Couldn't even get the ball past half court, and there's Oklahoma with it. Alabama going to get it back, though. So here's Alabama. They have it once again. They're going to take it past half court. 15:50 left to go. Do you think that NC State's the worst team in the ACC? No. I'm going to take Wake Forest there. Even though Wake Forest beat Pitt, Wake Forest and then BC for the bottom 2. And then Notre Dame. Alabama kicks it back out. Left corner open 3. Missed it off the back rim. Tipped up in the air. They do get the offensive rebound. Crimson Tide have it again. Outside. Dribbles towards the right. They'll take a 3-point shot. Missed it again with a foul. And it's going to be on Alabama. They call him for the foul. So Oklahoma has it back. Turn over Alabama with 15-28. Yeah, right from the get-go. Welcome in Aaron here. Alabama just costing themselves with turnovers straight from the start. Timeout on the floor. Alabama going to take a timeout as well. 11-2 now to score. Man. Oklahoma without two of their key starters. What a start indeed right now for the Sooners in this one. Alabama gone cold and way too many turnovers. 1 for 5 shooting. They've got 6 turnovers. And Oklahoma does a great job taking care of the basketball. Fewest turnovers in the Big 12 Conference. And it's showing here with this start by the Sooners. And they're proving it today so far without two of their starters. Also without their leading scorer, Austin Reeves. And they lead it currently. Scoreboard update for college basketball. Duke up to a lead already against Clemson. 6-2 to score. Navy with a quick 6-0 lead over Loyola, Maryland. And then Texas A&M leading Kansas State 6-4. Yeah, 6 turnovers in less than 5 minutes through so far. Unbelievable. They had back-to-back turnovers in 10 seconds for Alabama. One of them, Umoja Gibson, picked off the pass. He took a 3 in transition, knocked it down, just completely jumped the route. It was like a cornerback picking off a QB in the NFL for a pick 6. That's how Gibson just jumped the route on a pass from the perimeter. And then right on the inbound once again, Alabama inbounded. Oklahoma was just right underneath and just scored up and in off the basket off the steal. It was right underneath the basket where they stole it away. So I don't know what's going on with Alabama, but they must be confusing the jerseys or something right now, because both of these teams, basically known as football schools, now known as basketball schools here for this season, but primarily known as football schools. But this season, they have turned into basketball teams, and Alabama with the red jerseys just confusing themselves and thinking that their teammates got the white jerseys for this game, and that's been a major problem. Yes, Cade Cunningham still playing for Oklahoma State. Yeah, I agree. So, Arkansas, Oklahoma State, that game's going to be really close, I feel like. Yeah, so BC, Wake Forest, those are the 2 bottom teams in the ACC. So, devastating news for NC State. They had Devon Daniels suffer injury that he's going to be done for the season. But they're still not going to be at the bottom. They were still in bubble contention for NC State. There's a lot of teams in the bubble right there. Still for the ACC: Syracuse, Pitt, Duke, Georgia Tech. A good amount of teams in the bubble. The only ones that now I'm going to call safe is Florida State, Virginia. So even the bubble ranges down to teams like Clemson, Louisville, Virginia Tech. Those teams, I feel like they're not entirely safe so far. Indeed, what a start for Oklahoma in this game. Landon picked Oklahoma because Alabama. Yeah, Alabama was on a grind in that game against Kentucky. So we get back to action. 9-zip run by Oklahoma in the last minute and a half. The Sooners also have the basketball. Hey, what's good, Raven? Welcome to the stream. Am I going to do play-by-play for the Super Bowl? I'm not going to do Super Bowl here. I'm going to take that day off, spend time with my family. Oklahoma missed the shot. They tipped it out of bounds around the perimeter, so Alabama going to have it back. Alright, we'll see if the Crimson Tide can get anything going on. They're 1 for 5 from the floor so far. How they've been able to win games is attacking the bucket, but they got to get the ball in cleanly off the inbound. They do that time. In the backcourt, Alabama takes it past half court here. Javon Quinterly moves it over right wing perimeter into the hands of Herb Jones. Jones passes now to the right corner. Keon Ellis back outside. Quinterly over to Jones. Jones now back over to Quinterly. Ellis shot fake right corner perimeter. 12 on the shot clock. Ellis has it. 1-on-1 as he dribbles. As he'll go turnaround jumper to Key. No good off the back rim, and defensive rebound picked up by Oklahoma by Manick. Oklahoma going to take it past half court here. Davion Harmon, top of the key. He dribbles. Harmon will work his way free throw circle. Moves it back outside to the left wing to Harkless. Harkless moves it over as he gets the ball back. Drives inside, and a foul called in the court. Clock will stop with 14:33, and that's going to be an offensive foul taken. So Oklahoma by Elijah Harkless picks up the offensive foul, and Alabama is going to have it back. 14:30 left to go. Yeah, Oklahoma leading right now. It's Alabama's turned it over a ton of times. 6 turnovers in the first, 4.5 minutes. Alabama, oh, nice pass. Reese to the left corner. That 3 goes down by Ellis. It's a beautiful pass right there. They fed it inside to Reese, and he kicked it back out to the left corner. 11-5 now the score. Alabama can get hot and dangerous when they can make those threes. Sooners basketball approaching 14 minutes left to go. As they dribble right baseline, they are stripped, and a reach and fall gets called in Alabama. Hey, what's good, the sports expert? Welcome to stream, man. Does anybody watch WandaVision on Disney Plus? Really good show. I actually haven't. I heard that Disney Plus has got a lot of good stuff. Yeah, Oklahoma on a 4-game winning streak. Coming off that big win against Texas. Sooners have it in the key. Harmon puts the ball into the hands of Manick. Manick jumper, no good off the backboard, and they save it. They get the offensive rebound back outside of Manick. Oklahoma looking hungry. Manick dribbles. Bounce pass, deflected. Able to get it back, though. Manick floats it up, no good off the back rim. Tipped up in the air, and Alabama going to come up with a rebound. Crimson Tide has it. 13:35 left to go. Shackelford at the left wing, takes it inside, and Shackelford too high off the backboard, no good. A rebound Sooners with 13 and a half remaining. Oklahoma kicks it back outside to the right corner. They'll dribble. Harmon drives, and blocking fall picked up by Alabama. Clock will stop with 13:22 left to go. Alabama's second personal foul. This game, not really a ton of fouls so far. Ouch. Clemson has 2 points in the first 7 minutes. Yeah, they're rather pedestrian offense, ouch. They just hit looks like they just hit a 3-point shot, though, so it's 9-5 Duke. I'm just going to dig into the box score here. Yeah, 9-5 Duke through the first 7 minutes. So Oklahoma at the free throw line, shooting 2, coming up number 11 for the Sooners, Davion Harmon. He missed the first one, and second one hits down. 7-point Oklahoma lead, Alabama basketball. Crimson Tide have it, right wing perimeter, Quinterly moves it back out to the top, Herb Jones. Back outside to Quinterly. Quinterly dribbles now at the free throw circle, kicks it back out, and it's going to get intercepted. Poor decision there by Quinterly. Threw it behind his teammate, and Victor Awuakor gets the pick off there for Oklahoma. Turnover number 7 for Alabama. 3-point shot. Oklahoma missed it. Rebound Quinterly. Alabama's going to take pass half court. Quinterly dribbles now top of the free throw circle, back out around the perimeter. Herb Jones. Back over to Quinterly. Right hand dribble. He's at the right wing, guarded around the perimeter by Gibson. They pass it inside, and Alabama again, another turnover. Oh man, absolutely frustrating for the Crimson Tide right now. 12:40 left to go. 8 total turnovers in the first 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Unbelievable. They have more than 1 turnover per minute. 12:35 left to go. Sooners dribble past half court. And Oklahoma without 2 of their starters today as well. Victor Awuakor, left elbow, back outside, passes to Gibson. Over to Awuakor once again, backs his way inside the post. Awuakor, bounce pass gets stolen away by Alabama. Here goes the Crimson Tide in the steal. This is where they're good at, is in transition. Alabama has it. Quinterly going to slow it down. Now dribbles. Floats it out, left corner, catch and shoot 3, open, got it. That's where they're hot from the perimeter. Alex Reese hits it. Now it's a 4-point game, 12-8. That's their second triple from the left corner in this game by Alabama. They've knocked down 3 shots. The first bucket of the game was inside underneath the basket. The last 2 were from the left corner. Under 12 minutes left to go first quarter, Oklahoma passes. Underneath, that's going to get blocked from behind. Huge block right there by Alabama. Oklahoma able to get the ball back. Primo is the one who get the block. Oklahoma has it in a quick stoppage in time here, taken on the clock. And it's going to lead to a timeout taken. Alright, so Oklahoma takes a timeout now. Clock will stop with 11:46 left to go. 12-8 to score. Alabama hanging in this game. after they were trailing down as much by 9 points, 11-2 at one point. Reason why left corner threes. They have hit their last two. Wow, so if Oklahoma wins today, he thinks that they'll lose almost by double digits to Texas Tech on Monday. That's going to be a tough matchup. Texas Tech beat Oklahoma earlier in the season by 2. Texas Tech's playing hungry. Texas Tech is dangerous. If they can find some more scores besides Mac McClung taking over games, they're absolutely dangerous. Yeah, it all depends for that game if Reeves and Williams going to be eligible. Their defense, Oklahoma's defense has stepped up a ton in this game. So right now we're just on the timeout. If you guys are new to the streamer, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'll be back later today. 2 other streams, one more for college, the NBA to close out the night. Later today, I'll be covering number 2 Baylor versus Auburn at 4 o'clock Eastern time, and then Celtics versus Lakers, the big one later tonight. Yeah, Duke looking good right now. Thanks so much for the update, man. So Duke leading Clemson. Score in that game right now. Duke's up 14-5. Texas A&M leading Kansas State 12-7, and Navy with a quick 11 points. They lead Loyola and Maryland 11-0. So conversation about Mississippi Valley State being one of the worst teams in college basketball. I don't think anybody's thrown in the picture here. Loyola Maryland's out in the Patriot League, but they are 0-4, and they're not as terrible actually as you think here. Navy is at the top of the Patriot League, but how about this? This is a crusher. Loyola Maryland, they have a record of 0-4, but they've lost all 4 of their games by either 2 points or less. They lost against Lafayette twice, 77-75, and then the next time they lost to them 72-70. They lost to American twice, 71-70, and then 81-79. So Loyola Maryland has a record of 0-4 in the Patriot League. They've lost 3 games by 2 points and 1 game by 1 point. That is a crusher, and they got Navy this week, and that's going to be a tough matchup. Navy beat Georgetown to start off the month of December. Hey, what's good, Darren? Welcome to the stream. He's going to take Clemson +8 on the line, and he likes Alabama for this one. Best of luck to your streams, man. Clemson, currently, they're struggling against Duke. Duke leads at 14-5. Yeah, Louisville's offense, it's too bad, man. Carly Jones has been carrying the team. David Johnson's been on a cold streak lately. And I really thought that Samuel Williamson would be able to step up this season. That Williamson and Johnson would have breakout seasons. And it's basically been Carly Jones as the main go-to player. Louisville lives through their defense, and the reason why Clemson won that game is because the Cards just could not score. We're back to action now. Jumper, top of the free throw circle. Oklahoma missed it. They do get the offensive rebound. Sooners going to get it back out. 11:35 left to go, first quarter. Oklahoma floats it up right baseline, missed it off the mark, tipped up in the air, and the Sooners going to grab another rebound. Oklahoma takes a 3. Hit the front rim. Rebound Alabama. Crimson Tide with the ball. 11:20 left to go. Alabama has it. Dribbles free throw circle. Back outside. Reese will take a 3. Hit the side of the rim. No good. Tipped out of bounds. Refs will say last touched out of bounds by Alex Reese. So Sooners will have it back. Wow, it took Loyola Maryland 9 minutes and 15 seconds to score. Ouch. Yeah, that's like UConn from a week ago. UConn just could not score that first half against Creighton. I think like the first 10 minutes through that game, the score was like 12-8. I remember looking at the score of Providence against Marquette on Wednesday, and Providence was leading 6-5, basically like halfway through the first half. And also Kansas against TCU, that game was a grind as well a couple of days ago. Layup, no good off the mark by Oklahoma. They've gone cold lately. A rebound to the Crimson Tide. Alabama now in the basketball. If you guys are new to the stream, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I cover play-by-play here, college basketball and NBA games. Alabama, 3-point shot. They take it and they make it, and they cut it to a 1-point game as Josh Primo hits the triple. Hey, Scott Drew said, he said a few Baylor players broke up with their longtime girlfriends to stay in a bubble and play basketball this year. Oh wow, I didn't know about that actually. So, yeah, I didn't hear about that. Wow. Oklahoma, that's good for 2 in the key. 14-11. Crimson Tide has another 3 primo. No good off the mark. Rebound Oklahoma. It's a big rebound there by the Sooners. So they were able to get it. Number 52, Kerr Quet with the rebounds. Quet has the ball, hands it off to Gibson. Gibson back out around the perimeter into the hands of Harkless at the right elbow. Harkless kicks it back outside to Gibson. Gibson turns the corner. Dishes back out to Jalen Hill. He takes the 3, and before that, though, a whistle and the foul picked up by Alabama. It's going to be their 4th personal. Hey, what's good, Bill? Welcome to the stream, man. Wow, so you got Kansas, Alabama, and Navy. Oh, do you mean Kansas State? Because Kansas State's playing at 12. Kansas plays later today against Tennessee. Yeah, Kansas State taking on Texas A&M. Jumper no good. Oklahoma overshoots the rim. Refs are going to call a tie-up. It will still stay Oklahoma basketball. Yeah, Navy looking good. Navy having no issues right now with Loyola Maryland. 16-3 to score in that one. Duke all over Clemson as well. 17-5. Oklahoma's only 1 for 11. Their last 11 attempts from the floor. They missed that one. Make it 1 for 12 off the mark. And they step out of bounds with the basketball as well. So the ball will go right back over to Alabama. Okay, I got you there. So Kansas later. Yep, never bet on Kansas State. I got you there. Yep. So yeah, I would definitely take Texas A&M in that one. Texas A&M. Yeah, Texas A&M up 14-7. Should have no issues with K-State today. Yeah, so some of the worst teams in college basketball in action here at the 12 o'clock Eastern time with Kansas State, the worst of the power conference grouping, and then Loyola Maryland has just yet to get a win in the Patriot League. And the Patriot League didn't even play non-conference games, but besides Army and Navy, the rest of the Patriot League decided to play on non-conference games. Oh, I don't know if you guys knew about this, but Boston University, the team that plays with face masks on the court, they have gone on a pause. So Boston University paused their game this weekend against Holy Cross, so no basketball for BU this weekend. Alabama drives inside. Quinley's shot going to get blocked out of bounds. Massive block by Oklahoma by Owuakor, and the clock will stop again with 9:29 left to go. Alabama inbounds. Back over to the top of the key. Josh Primo has in a one-on-one. 9:20 left to go in the first half. Crimson Tide could tie it up with a 3. We'll see what they do. They'll take a step back deep, too. No good. Shot selection's really questionable in this game for Alabama. They usually have been cruising and taking it inside off the dribble drive penetration. Today, they're not attacking at all. They're just settling for deep jumpers. Jumper, no good off the mark. Rebound to Oklahoma and another personal foul. Yeah, Loyola Chicago is doing really well in the Missouri Valley. That team's all seniors. Loyola Maryland, they are struggling big time right now. Yeah, they could potentially get two bids in there in the Missouri Valley. So Drake's 15-0. Drake plays tomorrow. Drake definitely should be ranked coming up. Winthrop lost yesterday in Belmont. I think Belmont's 16-1. 14-11 to score. Oklahoma has the inbounds. Sooners only 1 for 13. Their last 13 shots from the floor make it 1 for 14. Missed the layup. They get another offensive rebound. 3-point shot, and they hit it at the left wing. Davion Harmon sinks it. Oklahoma, they're rolling the boards in this game right now. They've got 7 offensive rebounds to only 2 by Alabama, plus 4 in the total rebounds. Oklahoma 16-12. These second chance points have really helped out the Sooners, especially in that last possession. So we're going to go to a timeout here. So without 2 of their starters, Oklahoma crashing the glass, and this team just they got it together as far as what they can do right now. Man. We'll have to see if they can keep on sustaining it. Man, it's been just a defensive type of battle so far today. Alabama usually has been able to go on an attack, and today Oklahoma's taken that away from them, just throwing bodies completely out in the lane. Even though the Sooners, they're winning this game despite going 7 for 24 from the floor, and that's only 27%. Yeah, Bill thinking Texas Tech or LSU. I'm going to take Texas Tech as well. LSU lost to Kentucky a week ago, so I have no clue how in the world LSU's going to... I'd be shocked if LSU wins that game, because LSU is one of the worst defensive teams in the country. LSU can score a ton of points, but Texas Tech's got a top 15 defense. So I'll take Texas Tech there, and I think Mac McClung has a great chance to go off. Because LSU's defense last week just fell asleep completely against Kentucky. We're back to action. 17-11 to score. Alabama passes inside, floats it up good for 2 after the timeout. Yeah, Cardinals going to be good this year. Looks like for MLB for St. Louis. Ty looking forward to that. Yeah, that was odd. I guess we had some of the people didn't know what a thumb up was to a thumbs down, I guess. Turnover by Oklahoma. Alabama, that's where they're great in transition. Right behind the defense, leads to a two-handed slam. Now it's a 2-point game. And Duke all over Clemson. Wow, 19-8. 7:50 left to go. Oklahoma ball. Manic puts it back outside. Jalen Hill dribbles towards his left. Great adjustments here by Alabama after the timeout, going on the 4-zip run. Oklahoma towards the right wing. Davion Harmon passes over to Manic. Feeds it inside. Ball tipped. Deflected. Stolen away by Alabama. So Oklahoma came up with quite a bit of steals in the first portion of this first half. And now Alabama just got one. Petty dribbles to the right wing. Petty with space. Dribble drive inside. Petty puts it up. Hit the front rim. There's contact though and a foul. John Petty Jr. going to go to the line, shoot 2 for the Crimson Tide. Hey, what's good, Colin? Welcome to the stream, man. Hope all is going well, brother. Yeah, today's games, I agree with you, Connor. Today's games are really good, man. A lot of great games going on today. Quick timeout on the floor. Alabama, after the timeout, they're going to see if they can tie it up at the free throw line, shooting 2 with John Petty Jr. Yeah, Aaron's got Texas Tech as well. I'm going to predict Texas Tech in that game also. Scoreboard update right now. Duke rolling over Clemson, 22-11 to score. And this is the thing. I'm going to scroll over here to the ACC picture. Right now, there's only 2 teams that's safe in the bracket in the ACC, I feel like. That's Florida State and Virginia. Those 2 teams are right now safe. I can't even say that Louisville is safe at this point. Louisville lost against Clemson. I was saying that Clemson is in jeopardy of making the tournament, and I wasn't feeling that Clemson was going to even make the tournament. This whole grouping of teams here from Virginia Tech, North Carolina, Pittsburgh, Duke, Louisville, Georgia Tech, Clemson, Syracuse, that whole grouping right there. There's going to be teams in that grouping that miss out on the tournament. There's no way. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's no way that 10 teams from the ACC are going to make the bracket. They're going to have to cut down on that. There's probably going to be at most 8. So that there's going to be beating and banging upon in the ACC. And I was saying that Clemson was in trouble. Clemson's going to fall to 4 and 5. They're definitely in trouble if they keep on dropping conference games. But also if Louisville keeps on dropping conference games, the Cardinals could be in the next tier as well. And there could be other teams that fall into that group later. It all depends on who they lose against. But let's see our upcoming schedule for Clemson. It's not looking good against Duke right now. Hey, what's good, Arku? Welcome to the stream. He likes Davion Harmon from Oklahoma. He's been great as of late. Landon going to call a lot of games. Baylor with their game against Auburn, Texas Tech against LSU, and West Virginia games. Or Landon puts out he's going to call a lot of Baylor, Texas Tech, Texas, West Virginia games. I got you there. Yep, they got some great Big 12 games coming up. Like every single Monday is great Big 12 games. Yeah, the schedule's a challenge right now for Clemson coming up. So they're getting crushed against Duke now. I'm taking a look at the ACC in the timeout here. Duke destroying Clemson 27-12. Clemson's got a difficult schedule. On Tuesday, they're taking on North Carolina. Then they face Syracuse. Yeah, Syracuse, I don't think... It's going to be tough for Syracuse to make it, I feel like, too. Georgia Tech, they're kind of back and forth, but those 2 losses against Mercer and Georgia State, that can really come back to bite them towards March here on Selection Sunday. So, this is the upcoming schedule for Clemson. They got North Carolina, Syracuse, Georgia Tech. There's 3 of the games in the bubble for all those 3 teams. And then Notre Dame, that should be a give me. It's at Notre Dame, though. If Clemson loses that one, just toss them from the bracket. They're at Pittsburgh, at Wake Forest. Another game if you're Clemson you cannot afford to lose. Versus Miami, and then versus Pittsburgh to close it out. That's a tough schedule. 2 of those games against Pitt. Multiple games against bubble teams. Yeah, so Ryan thinks 7 can still get in for the ACC. Yeah, I think 7's realistic. Right now there's a bubble with about 10 teams. That's not counting North Carolina State either. So NC State suffered a major injury with Devon Daniels. He's out for the season with a torn ACL. So it's going to be tough for NC State. Both of the free throws good at the line. Tied game at 17. Hey, what's good, Jack? Welcome to the stream. How did I like Virginia beating Virginia Tech today? Thinking about putting them on parlay. Yeah, I like the Cavs in that game, so if I had to predict, I would take Virginia in that one. Virginia and Florida State, those are the 2 teams that's basically safe right now from the ACC. Everybody else in that middle grouping playing in the bubble. Tied up at 17, Oklahoma takes the 3. Off the mark, defensive rebound, Alabama, but a late whistle here. And a personal foul picked up. It's going to be picked up against Alabama on the rebounds. Yeah, Ryan can't see Duke or UNC making it. I think UNC is going to make it. I'll bring up UNC's schedule. Actually, I want to bring up Duke's schedule too. Duke versus UNC, that's a huge game next week. I like UNC though, how they've been playing lately. So I'm gonna say UNC's in right now. Goody still thinks Auburn might beat Baylor. All depends if how Sharif Cooper is able to do if he puts Baylor into foul trouble. But Baylor's just such a deep team there. I would be shocked. I'd be shocked if Auburn beats Baylor today. Oh, I got you there, Ryan. So yeah, you said you can't see them not. Okay, I got you. So yeah, both of them in. So yeah, Duke and UNC. I like both of their chances to make it in too. All right, so the refs are reviewing this call right now on a push off on a rebound. So a little bit of stoppage in time. We're tied up at 17, 6:56 left to go in the first half. If you guys are new in the stream here, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'll be back later today, Auburn against Baylor. Upcoming schedule for Duke looks like this. It gets easy for quite a while for Duke. They're at Miami. So at Miami on Monday. And then they take on North Carolina. That's a huge game coming up a week from now, next Saturday. And then they got Notre Dame, NC State, Wake Forest. Those 3 teams right there in a row. Notre Dame, NC State, Wake Forest. They should be able to take advantage of all those 3 games and go 3-0. And then they got a tough one versus Virginia. Against Syracuse, Louisville. They take on again at Georgia Tech and at UNC to close it off for Duke. And then for North Carolina, upcoming schedule here for the Tar Heels. Oh, they got a lot of ranked teams in there. They're at Duke. They're at Clemson in their next one on Tuesday. Then at Duke on Saturday. Then they take on Miami, Virginia Tech, Louisville. That's a big rank stretch with 3 top 25 teams. And then at Boston College. That should definitely be a W. And then a tough one against Florida State on Saturday, February 27th. At Syracuse for the first day of March. And then they close out against Duke on March 6th. So we're back to action. Alabama with a 3-point shot. That one is good. From the perimeters, they take the lead. They're on a 9-zip run now. Hey, what's good, Jason? Welcome to the stream here, man. Appreciate Bud for stopping them by. Once the NCAA tournament, it starts off. It's gonna start off on a Friday for the round of 64 now. So I'm gonna see the complete dates right here. I know Selection Sunday is Selection Sunday's on Sunday. I think it's like March 14th for Selection Sunday. Yeah, Sunday, March 14th, Selection Sunday. The first 4 games are played on that Thursday, March 18th, and then the first round games, the big day starts off on Friday. So it's actually a day later this year. It's Friday, March 19th. So that's when the first day of the tournament will take place. One day later, instead of the Thursday, it's on Friday, March 19th. Jumper, right elbow, Oklahoma missed it. They've gone stone cold lately. They do get another offensive rebound. 9-zip run by the Crimson Tide. Oklahoma 3, and they got it. They tie it up. Davey on Harmon hits at the top of the key. Hey, there we go. Ryan's birthday on Selection Sunday. What a day. 5:30 left remaining. Alabama will take a 3. Petty. Got it. Splash. Back-to-back triples there by John Petty Jr. getting red hot. Alabama with 5:25 left to go, and they lead by 3. Oklahoma now with the ball. They're going to take a pass half court. They put it at the top of the key into the hands of Gibson. Hands it off to Harmon. Harmon now at the top. Shot fake back outside into the hands of Jalen Hill. Hill dribbles now at the right elbow, and that gets poked out of bounds. Last touch by Oklahoma. They turn it over, and Alabama will have it right back. Hey, what's good, Kara? Welcome to the stream. Hope all is going well today. Alabama's knocked down 5 perimeter triples. They're 5 for 8 from 3-point range. It's their threes keeping them in this game today. Oklahoma 3 for 8 from the outside. So that is Alabama's specialty. 3-point shots, especially in transition. Here goes the Crimson Tide. Alabama takes it past half court. Herb Jones dribbles towards his left. Hands it off now to Petty. Petty back outside over to Primo, and Primo travels with it as Alabama turns it over. So Alabama sloppy here with the basketball today. That's turnover number 9 for the Crimson Tide. They started out through the first 4.5 minutes. They started out with 6 turnovers in the first 4.5 minutes. Oklahoma has it back, and without 2 of their starters today, the Sooners are hanging right in this game. And one of them's their top scorer, Austin Reeves, their point guard. Back outside to the left wing, Harkless missed the 3, no good. Rebound Alabama. Yeah, they're giving us an extra day to fill out the brackets. Yeah. It's probably something to do with just getting the teams over to Indianapolis, most likely, if I had to guess. And just making sure with the testing that everything goes well. Just giving that extra day to fill. As there you go, using Alex Reese inside to just take it into the lane. Good for 2 for Alabama. They get their largest lead now by 5. 4 minutes left to go before halftime. Do I call an upset today? Yeah, so there should definitely be upsets today. I like Kansas over Tennessee, yet Tennessee is the favorite on the line for that one. Floater good for 2 by Oklahoma. For some reason, Arizona State, according to ESPN, is the favorite over Stanford today. I would hop all over Stanford in that game. Stanford's playing to be in the bracket right now. 3:35 left to go. Oklahoma floats it up over the top behind the defense. Big two-handed jam with the alley-oop throwdown right there by Kirk With. 1-point game. Alabama right baseline dribble. Reverse handle layup. Tough one. Got it. Jaden Shackelford got it for 2. That's a tough one right there as he walked the tightrope at the right baseline. This game's been picking up. 3:20 remaining before halftime. Sooners have it. Right baseline. Stay dribble, and that's going to be a whistle and a foul picked up by Alabama, their 5th personal. I'm going to take Providence in that one. That would be embarrassing if they lost to Georgetown. Providence should beat Georgetown by double digits. If Providence loses that game, they're out of the tournament. Definitely out of the tournament. That's terrible. Georgetown hasn't won a conference game in over a month, and they're coming back on a 2-week pause. That would be devastating if Providence just loses to Georgetown. Georgetown lost to Navy. Georgetown is up there, one of the worst power conference teams in this season, with Kansas State, Iowa State, Washington. Washington's getting better though, but I will put on that list Georgetown as well. I have the belief that Georgetown is worse than DePaul in the Big East this season, and that says a ton. DePaul beat Marquette a week ago, and Georgetown takes on DePaul still. They're going to take on each other twice to determine who's last in the Big East. I think Georgetown's going to finish last this season in the conference. Providence got a favorable schedule coming up. They got a huge game. I think it's on Wednesday. They take on Seton Hall. So that game's gonna definitely determine who's in the bracket and who's outside of the bracket on the bubble. Here you got Florida State, Georgia Tech. Florida State favored by 4. I'm going to take Florida State there. FSU's been playing like the best basketball out of like basically anybody in the nation. These two teams have been on a roll, Alabama, Oklahoma, but Florida State also. They have turned a complete corner, and they look incredible lately. So I'm going to take the Seminoles in that one. Yeah, Duke looking good, 34-20 up against Clemson. Quick scoreboard update here. In the other game right now, the SEC Big 12 Challenge, Texas A&M leading Kansas State 21-18. Who's the worst team in the country? Mississippi Valley State. Mississippi Valley State and then Chicago State. Loyola Maryland also in the talk to being the worst team in the country, losing to Navy 35-14. That's the score in that one. And then Duke up against Clemson now 34-22. Tulsa leading by 2 against East Carolina 37-35. See, Tulsa could be in the bracket right now if they could have some consistency. They got a record of 8-6. They beat Houston by 1, so huge win, winning the only game that Houston's lost so far this season was against Tulsa in the 1-point victory. But the thing for Tulsa is that they'll come off a big win and they just cannot put it together consistently. That's the main issue. Yeah, Chicago State, they only play non-conference games. They went 0-9 and just shut down basketball for the season. They did that last year. They were the first team to decide that they were going to withdraw from their conference tournament. That's too bad. They should really think about going down to D2 for Chicago State. Next season, they're going to have a big conference realignment for the Western Athletic Conference. So they're going to combine teams like New Mexico State, Grand Canyon University. They're going to combine those teams with other teams, I think, coming from the Southland. So I think heading over to that conference next season is gonna be. I think Stephen F. Austin's heading over to the Western Athletic. So Stephen F. Austin's going to be heading over. Chicago State was left out of the conference realignment, though. So they're going to have to find like a new conference to play in. So we get back to action here. 27-24 to score. Oklahoma off the cut. Jumper. That's good for 2 with the right elbow. And it's a 1-point game. What do you think about the refs in the Auburn-Missouri game? Oh, man. There were just so many fouls. Yeah, they were way too whistle happy in that one. Oh, huge jam by Alabama. Cuts to the basket right there. Off the cutter by Alex Reese, and he throws it down with a monster jam. Alabama by 3. Yeah, that was a ridiculous game. I think it combined for like something like 51 fouls combined or something. That was crazy. Oklahoma dribbles towards the top. They move it back outside to the right corner. Pro hop in there by Umoja Gibson, and he travels. So Oklahoma turns it over, and Alabama going to have it back. Could they add some more teams into the Big 12? Yeah, Big 12's only got 10 teams. I would definitely recommend Houston to go over there for the future. That would just add some more Texas color to college basketball there. That would be a great pickup to add Houston to it. And then I would like to see Nebraska back in the Big 12. The Big 10, it's way too far, in my opinion, for Nebraska to keep on playing in the Big 10. And they've just been the laughingstock here lately for Big 10 basketball. Oklahoma will get a steal on the key off of Alabama. Here goes the Sooners, top of the key. 2 minutes left to go before halftime. Harmon moves it over to the left wing into the hands of Harkless. Back out to the top. He takes the 3 straight away. Ties it up. Big triple by Elijah Harkless. What a game. 29-29. If you guys are new to the stream here, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. 1:45 left to go in the first half. Bounce pass behind the back over to Reese. Takes the 3 off the back rim, no good. Rebound Oklahoma. Here's the Sooners. Sooners have it at the top once again. Harkless moves it over left corner, catch and shoot 3. Gibson, oh, he gets it. Umoja Gibson at the left corner. He has been an X factor lately for the Sooners, breaking out for him, and right there a big triple for number 2. 1:15 left to go. Alabama down by 3. Both of these teams can shoot the 3 really well this season. Other than Oklahoma's 22-point loss against Xavier, This team has been pretty good this season. They lost tight games the rest of the way. 3-point shot. No good off the mark there by John Petty. Rebound goes right back over to Oklahoma. 1 minute left to go before halftime. Hey, what's good? I don't know anymore. Welcome on the channel, man. 50 seconds left to go before half. Great game so far. Oklahoma has it. Harkless back out to the top to Queth. They put it back outside to Harmon. Harmon now dribbles to the top of the key. Queth sets the pick. Harmon back out around the perimeter into the hands of Gibson. Umoja Gibson passes left wing. They'll dribble left baseline now. Turnaround jumper. That one is going to be no good anyway. And it was at the shot clock. So shot clock violation, air ball by Oklahoma by Oluokor. And Alabama will get it back. .28 seconds left to go. Crimson Tide with the basketball here. Alex Reese going to be the inbound passer. In the backcourt is Herb Jones as he puts the ball into the hands of Jones. Hey, what's good, Darkness? You must be happy about the Cardinals, too, with their big pickup from yesterday. Welcome to the stream, man. So we got two Cardinals fans here on the stream. 32-29, 15 seconds left to go before halftime. Alabama with a chance to tie it up with a 3. We'll see what they do here. Herb Jones, top of the key, moves it over to Petty. Petty, step back 3 in the air over Hill. No good. Off the mark, rebound Oklahoma. 2 seconds remaining. Half-court shot. That's up, and just missed. Off the backboard a little bit too strong. We go into halftime here in Oklahoma by 3. 32-29 to score. What a start for the Sooners, and they're without 2 of their starters in this game. And they're hanging in just like this. Yeah, these Big 12 teams, they're absolutely dangerous. We're seeing it so far from Oklahoma, looking good. Alright, so right now in this halftime, Alabama hanging in this game from 3-point range. So Alabama's 5 for 12 from the perimeter. They just can't hit 2s. Usually what they've been doing on this 10-game winning streak is just dribble, drive, penetration all over the place, taking it into the lane. And today, it's just been a major problem today for Alabama trying to hit their 2-point shots in this game. Let's see here. They've only made 6 2-point shots, and they're 6 for 24. I think. Oh no, wait 1 second here. Yeah, so 11 for 26 from the floor. Take away. Yeah, okay, 6 for 14 then. Yeah, 6 for 14. So they're worse from 2-point range than what they're shooting from 3. So Alabama's 42% right now from two, but from 3-point range they're 45%. So 6 for 14 from 2, and then 5 for 12 from 3. Wow. Looks like Roger enjoys my halftime show, it looks like. Ryan with the update. Duke destroying Clemson. Man, 41-22 to score. I'll take a look here, see if Anthony Davis going to play today. Hopefully, man, because he's on my fantasy team. I'm in a close fantasy matchup. Let's see here. Anthony Davis, yet to get anything about tonight. Yeah, I'm looking up Anthony Davis right now. It just says from 1 day ago he's out against the Pistons. It still says listed as questionable against the Celtics tonight, so nothing just yet. So yeah, nothing yet. So these articles got updated about a day ago. So no info just yet about Anthony Davis's quad injury, if he's going to play tonight or not. He's listed as questionable, though. Hey, what's good here, Mario? Welcome to the stream, man. He's taking Oklahoma for this one, hoping the Sooners get the W here. He's hoping the Lakers get the W. Huge games today. Massive day for college basketball here. And a quick timeout, or at halftime currently, Texas A&M leading only by 1 against Kansas State, though. 24-23 to score. And then Tulsa up by 2 against East Carolina, 37-35. Duke destroying Clemson at the half, 41-22. And then Navy all over Loyola and Maryland, 38-16. Providence versus Georgetown. That game will tip off in 7 minutes from now. I'm smelling a Providence W. If they cannot win that game, they don't belong in the bracket, unfortunately. That's terrible for Providence. They're taking on a Georgetown team that's dead last in the Big East. Or actually second to last because DePaul's lost one more game than them. But still, I think that DePaul is actually better than Georgetown this season. We'll see when they take on each other twice. before the conference season ends for the Big East. But yeah, Georgetown, they're coming off a 2-week pause, so Providence is gonna have that one. If they lose that game, that's terrible. That's just it's devastating if they lose that game. But coming up at the hour, there's these college basketball games: Providence versus Georgetown. It's at Georgetown, as Providence is only a 4.5 favorite. They should be able to win by at least 10. And VCU taking on LaSalle. Interesting game there. LaSalle has been pulling off some upsets lately. LaSalle beat Dayton. They have the chance to possibly pull off an upset against VCU. That game tips off in about 5 minutes. Texas Tech against LSU tips off at 2 o'clock, same as Florida, West Virginia, and then TCU, Missouri. Those are part of the Big 12 SEC Challenge. Yeah, I'll be back later today. Auburn against Baylor for the 4 o'clock game, and then Celtics Lakers later tonight. Hey, what's good, Cat fan? I heard about that. So Duke just destroying Clemson. Clemson just saying that, yeah, they just don't belong in the bracket for Clemson. Clemson getting blown out multiple occasions here. They don't belong in the bracket, in my opinion, for Clemson. They beat Louisville, and that's problematic for Louisville because they're not like a high flying offense. It's their defense keeps them in the game. That's too bad. That's really too bad. But this is multiple times now that Clemson's got blown out. What other games am I doing today? Auburn, Baylor at 4, and then Celtics Lakers at 8:30. Yeah, Mavs are just unfortunate start to the season for Dallas. I was watching some of that game yesterday against Utah, and yeah, Dallas had a lot of problems containing Utah, and Dallas just settled for a lot of low percentage shots. Not really playing like team basketball together to start off this season for Dallas. What do you think about Wake versus Miami? I'm going to take Miami there today for the upset. So, yeah, I think that game's at Wake Forest, and Wake Forest is the favorite on the line. But despite the injuries that Miami's had, I still like Miami in that game. Connor likes Kansas by 4. Yeah, if I had to predict that one, Kansas is actually the underdog against Tennessee. I think Kansas is gonna have a much better game than what they had a couple nights ago. Landon, wow, the first games he had planned are the first 2. Same games I'm doing right there. There we go. We get the same 2 games. Yeah, it's interesting games that we got tonight. I'm really interested to see how Auburn responds against Baylor, because that's the youngest team in college basketball for Auburn, going up against the most stacked backcourt right now for college basketball. Baylor, which is a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense. Do I think Seton Hall stays winning 5.5 against Nova? Ooh. That was close the last time. I'm gonna say no there. I like Villanova to win by like more than 5.5. Villanova was dangerous last week in the second half. I think they're gonna turn on the Jets against Seton Hall later today. So I think Villanova has a great chance more to win by double-digit points and just show Seton Hall who's the king of the Big East. And Seton Hall's kept it close. They've kept it close. They blew a 19-point lead in less than like 11 minutes left to go against Creighton a couple of days ago. And for Seton Hall, they just keep on losing crushers. Yeah, almost to 9.7 here on the channel. Yeah, so here's Clemson with their tournament chances dwindling down, getting destroyed by Duke. And if Clemson loses this game, this will be the 4th loss for Clemson that they have lost by more than 15 points at least. As they got blown out 85-50 against Virginia. They got destroyed at Georgia Tech 83-65. And then they lost against Florida State 80-61. That 19-point loss against Florida State, that doesn't justify how many points they were trailing in that game at one point. I think, yeah, it was last week that game was on. You turn on the TV screen and you see that Florida State's winning Clemson. The score was like 63-31 or something like that at one point. Florida State got out to a 38-point lead at one point. They led at halftime 42-24, and then today Clemson getting destroyed 41-22 against Duke. Oh, that's awesome, man. So Landon doing the Gonzaga game today as well. Gonzaga the best in the NCAA, or the NCCA, according to Cap Fan. Yeah, Gonzaga's #1. They've held it for a reason this season. They started slower than usual, though, against San Diego, but I think they got a good chance to run the table. Hey, what's good, Vaughn? Welcome to stream here, man. Clemson won't make the tournament, that's for sure, Vaughn puts out. Yeah, their chances dwindling down, getting destroyed against Duke. That's going to hurt them big time. Yeah, Gonzaga, I would like to fit in the Pac-12 for the future for Gonzaga. That would fit the best there. Darren taking Providence on the line, 4-point favorites. I agree with you. If Providence loses that game, or if that's a close game, that's terrible. That's terrible because Georgetown's coming out of quarantine. There's no reason why that should be a close game. Providence is playing to make the tournament right now. Outside in Joe Lunardi's bracket for ESPN, they're right outside the tournament in the last 4 in. Providence is the second team out. I think they're one behind Richmond. I think it's either Richmond or I think it's Richmond or Utah State. One of those teams is in front of Providence, and then Providence has to jump them to make it to the bracket. Yeah, Gonzaga, the Pac-12 would fit the best, in my opinion. Some classic matchups they'd have against Oregon, Arizona. That would fit the bracket the best there. It would help out the Pac-12 too, because the Pac-12's kind of been weaker the past couple seasons or so. They've been down. Arizona State happens to be a favorite today over Stanford. I would take a look at that one and pick Stanford in that game. Providence definitely needs to win that matchup. If they lose against Georgetown, they don't deserve to be in March Madness. Biggest upset Goody has today, St. Oliver Villanova. Oh yeah, for sure, Connor. Upsets are going to happen all over the map in March Madness. I would watch out for teams like Winthrop, Drake, Toledo, Belmont, St. Bonaventure, those types of teams. I think those types of teams have a good chance to possibly pull off upsets. The smaller teams, mid-majors, even going down to teams like Colorado State. Colorado State beat Boise State. Even Boise State, the Mountain West is wide open. There could potentially be 4 teams from the Mountain West that make it in. Utah State, San Diego State, Colorado State, Boise State. Potentially be 4 teams there. Atlantic 10, St. Bonaventure on top right now. St. Louis is back on a pause. That game, I'm not sure if they're actually back on a pause, but they got their game postponed yesterday against Richmond. So that game would have been telling to see who would have got knocked out behind. And now we don't know because St. Louis has to make up so many games. They've only played 1 conference game a month through. How's Vermont doing? They started out a little bit shaky, but Vermont's going to win the America East, if I had to predict. Vermont's usually king of the America East. If Vermont loses that game, or if Vermont loses a conference, I'd probably go with UMBC to win that one, to win the conference. Drake to the Final Four. Yeah, Providence is on CBS. So Providence versus Georgetown tipping off on CBS. Yeah, Stanford does have some injuries. Arizona State just doesn't have a front court though. So I think that's where Arizona State's gonna have a lot of trouble. Providence already leads Georgetown 2-0 through the first 30 seconds. I just put this on. Providence, currently, either a 12 or an 11 seed. Georgetown coming out of quarantine. Georgetown missed it. Rebound Providence by Nate Watson. We're on the timeout here currently. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna take a look at Joe Lunardi's bracket and see who is playing today as far as these games. So Vermont right now. Vermont's at 7-3 in the conference. and UMBC's at 6-2. So they're both tied up at the top. So it's either between Vermont and UMBC. And actually, New Hampshire's not that bad either. New Hampshire 6-4 record. They got a lot of upperclassmen. Providence hits the 3 as they're drilling Georgetown through the first minute. 5-0 to score Providence. Georgetown just they slow it down with the basketball, and they've struggled a lot defensively. Georgetown missed the shot. Providence gets it back. Alan Breed has been huge, the freshman for Providence. He had a clutch 3 to beat Marquette in overtime. And he has the ball right now. Providence perfect 2 for 2. Usually you don't see the Friars like that be a perfect 2 for 2 to start. Watson gutted in the post for 2 by Providence. They lead at 7-0 against Georgetown through the first minute and a half. That's embarrassing for Georgetown. Ouch. Still a lot of game left to go, though. If you're Providence, you got to go on the gas pedal throughout that one and just crush them by 30. Florida, West Virginia. I'm going to take West Virginia in that one for my prediction. Even though a lot of you guys are liking Florida for that game there. Let's see here. Providence is just outside the bracket. So, according to ESPN's Joe Lunardi, Providence is the 3rd team out of the bracket. So, Joe Lunardi has Richmond and Loyola Chicago above Providence. That's going to change. This whole bracket here with the last 8 in, Indiana, St. Louis, LSU, Arkansas, those are the last 4 byes, and then the last 4 in are Stanford, Seton Hall, Maryland, Colorado State. That's going to all change completely when we get to Selection Sunday. There's teams on the outside here. Providence, Western Kentucky. These teams right here are looking like they could possibly be in the bracket come March on Selection Sunday. And Providence has got a favorable schedule their way. They got St. John's twice. They got Georgetown twice. They also got another game against DePaul coming up. They got Seton Hall to basically decide who's on the bubble in that game on Wednesday. That's a huge game against Seton Hall. Seton Hall's ahead of Providence, even though Seton Hall lost against Providence in overtime. So we're going to get back here for the second half in this one, Oklahoma, Alabama. We'll keep you guys posted on scores here throughout college hoops today and what's going on. Duke destroying Clemson at halftime in that game. The score there is Duke 41, Clemson 22. And Providence looking good, out to a 9-0 start over Georgetown through the first 2 minutes of that one. Alan Breed just made a jump shot. Oh yeah, love that man, Alan Breed. He's beneficial towards the future, bud. Providence doesn't really recruit heavy. They don't really have like a lot of top 100 recruits come in. They're basically fueled upon transfers. And Nate Watson, Noah Horkler, they're departing, they're graduating. David Duke's probably going over to the NBA draft. And it's good to see the future right there, Alan Breed. What's good, Pats Nation? Welcome to the stream, brother. 2 games got postponed today. I heard they postponed UConn's game. So that's unfortunate, man. UConn went on another pause because they played against Butler earlier this week, and a referee tested positive an official tested positive from the Butler UConn game, and UConn, because of the referee testing positive, UConn decided to go on a pause because of that. We're back to action. Jumper, deep 2, Oklahoma, no good, hit the front rim, rebound Alabama. Alabama going right to left in the court, Oklahoma going left to right. Hey, enjoy the rest of your day, Roger. Have a nice trip right there on the plane. You have to go to Vermont, it looks like. Alabama takes past half court, ball deflected out of bounds by Oklahoma. I got Alabama. I'm looking for Alabama to hit the most 3-point shots in this game. Both of these teams are made 5 3-point shots. So I did that Big 12 SEC challenge, and I put Alabama there to make the most 3-point shots. Inbound by the Crimson Tide. They have it at the top of the key with Jones. Feeds it back outside to Reese. Reese drives inside, floats it up, no good, off the mark. Rebound Oklahoma. Great interior defense today by the Sooners. Sooners pass it back out to the left wing. Oklahoma now with the basketball, top of the key, Davion Harmon. He dribbles towards his right, puts the ball into the hands of Gibson. Gibson, pass deflected, read the route, jumped it, intercepted, and I thought he was going to miss the layup right there by Alex Reese. Good for 2, as he had a clear basket. He almost missed that. He stumbled going in for the layup, and he is lucky that one counted for 2. 18:50 left to go. Oklahoma turns the corner. Dribbles now, passes to the right corner. Over to the right wing, open, shot fake, top of the key three. Harmon takes it, hit the front rim, no good. Rebound, Alabama. If you guys are new on the stream, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Crimson Tide, bobble the basketball in transition, turns it over. Oklahoma now with the ball. Pass behind the back. Dribbles over to Harmon. Harmon jumper, right baseline, fadeaway. Missed it off the mark. Rebound here for Alabama. 92-6. Yeah, Providence crushing Georgetown right from the get-go. Georgetown just, they're coming out of quarantine, having a lot of problems right now. At the left elbow. Jones back out around the perimeter. Right corner three is open. Alabama takes it, sinks it. Jaden Shackelford, right corner triple goes down for the Crimson Tide. They lead it 34-32. Yeah, Darren needs Clemson to play a closer game. That's rough, man. Clemson, they just cannot score. Clemson's basically on their defense, and their defense hasn't given them anything today. Left baseline floater, off the mark, no good. Tipped up in the air, there's contact, though. And a personal foul picked up out by Alabama here. Is Oklahoma going to go to the line? Quick scoreboard update here. Kansas State leading Texas A&M 30-27. So Kansas State leading Texas A&M 30-27. Unbelievable. Providence up against Georgetown 13-6, and then Duke destroying Clemson 47-22. Hey, happy breakfast here. Some tacos and beans there and coffee for Jose for breakfast. First free throw, good by Oklahoma. Second shot missed at the line. Rebound Alabama. 17:50 left to go. Do I do the Big 12 SEC Challenge games in the ESPN app? I get it off of Sling TV, Vaughn. So my Sling package has ESPN. I believe it's on the ESPN app for all these games, though. Alabama misses a three. Rebound goes right back over to Oklahoma. 17:30 left to go. Sooners have it. Manick will take a three-point shot. Hit the front rim, no good. Rebound by Shackelford. Crimson Tide now with the ball. They take it up the court. Dribbles straight away. Shackelford. They move it out to the right corner. Open three off the pump fake. They missed it, though, by Reese. And tipped up in the air. Defensive rebound goes to the Sooners. Oklahoma basketball with 17 minutes approaching that mark remaining in the second half. Sooners at the top of the key. Dribbles here with Harkless. Harkless drives to the bucket. Puts it up and in. Good for two by Oklahoma off the backboard. Welcome back, Bradley, in the stream. Vegas here, eating an Asian-style sandwich right now. Sounds delicious, man. Alabama down by one. Under 17 minutes left to go. We're going back and forth. Great game today. Crimson Tide with the ball. Top of the key, Alex Reese. Reese passes over left wing perimeter into the hands of Shackelford. Turns the corner. He dribbles. Back outside over to Herb Jones. Jones now into the key. Bobbles it. Ball's on the ground, and that will go over to Oklahoma. Turnover by Alabama. Shackelford was at the baseline. He thought he got pushed out of bounds by Manick, but the refs are going to say turnover Alabama. $16:30 left to go. Sooners ball. Oklahoma will take this one past half court. They move it over left wing perimeter. Jalen Hill. Jalen Hill passes to the left corner. Ball deflected out of bounds by the Crimson Tide. Clock will stop with 16:20. Alabama's yet to get a double-digit score today. Alex Reese leading the scoring with 9 points. And then 8 points by John Petty Jr., 7 by Shackelford. Javon Quinterly yet to get on the board. He's only attempted one shot, 0 for 1 from the floor. Yeah, this has been a good game. Despite Oklahoma without two of their key starters in this one, Sooners fighting in this game. They've led most of it. Oklahoma inbound. Alabama going to pick up a reach and fall right there off the inbound. Davion Harmon looking good for the Sooners, leading the way with 11 points. And then 9 by Gibson and 9 by Harkless. Oklahoma inbound, 16:20 left to go. They put the ball into the hands of Harmon. Back outside to Jalen Hill. Dribbles now left baseline. Swings it back out to Gibson. Gibson at the free throw circle. Bounce pass right wing into the hands here. Harkless. Harkless back outside. They shuffle it out right corner. Umoja Gibson floats it up off the mark. Offensive rebound by Oklahoma. Goes to with a big jam. Jalen Hill cuts right into the lane. Throws it down with a right-handed flush. Sooners by 3 with 15:50 left to go. Alabama, oh, nice feed underneath. There's contact, though, on the foul. Clock will stop with 15:51 left to go. Oklahoma will pick up the reach-in. And we are going to go on a stoppage in time here. So under 16 minutes remaining second half, we got a ball game in this one. Sooners by 3. As we'll head to a timeout. Alright, so right now we're in a timeout. If you guys are new to the stream here, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I cover play-by-play basketball games here today on Behind Your Basketball. I'll be back later today between Baylor and Auburn for that game at 4 o'clock Eastern time. Also, the Celtics versus Lakers later tonight as well. Great slate for college hoops here. Providence leading Georgetown 17-6 through the first 6 minutes of action. As we get some scoreboard updates going down. Kansas State leading Texas A&M 33-31 the score. And Duke destroying Clemson all over them 52-22 now as Duke has just hit a 3-point shot. Clemson not going to make it into the bracket if they keep on getting destroyed. Unbelievable. Clemson by 30, 52-32. Yep, and Kansas State leading Texas A&M. LaSalle leading VCU 11-8. LaSalle's been upsetting teams this season, so that could possibly be an upset there today that they pulled off against VCU. Providence leading Georgetown 17-7 now the score, with 13:45 left to go. So those are a couple scoreboard updates from today. Oh, yeah, that was a massive dunk a couple moments ago. So, yeah, right now we're just on a timeout currently in this game. We'll keep you guys updated with scores throughout college hoops here, but Kansas State keeps on leading against Texas A&M. As A.J. Reeves going to knock down a 3 for Providence. They lead over Georgetown 20-8 to score with 13:25 left to go in the first half. And Georgetown just cannot get back in transition and play defense. Major problem here. And the thing for Georgetown is that they have the same player basically take a ton of shots this season for them. Javon Blair's the leading scorer, but he attempts like 20 attempted shots per game as Georgetown travels with the basketball around the perimeter. And Providence will get it back with a 12-point lead. So, yeah, they just don't play team basketball this year for Georgetown. That's why they lost to Navy. That's why they're the worst team in the Big East. I'm sold. I am sold that Georgetown is the worst team in the Big East. They're even worse than DePaul in my opinion. I think DePaul is better than Georgetown. Those two games, when they take on each other in February, it's going to let me know who's the better team in the conference, whether it's DePaul or Georgetown. But that says a lot when you're worse than DePaul, who's been on the bottom of the Big East for the last 4 straight years. Who am I rooting for in this game? I predicted Alabama, so I took Alabama in this one. I was kind of like back and forth who to decide actually in this game because Oklahoma was red hot, but I thought that without Austin Reeves, this game could be a more or so for Alabama, but Oklahoma's been proving it today. 37-34, and their interior defense, they're low-key good defensively, and their interior defense has showed it today. And they've done... They've got 7 steals, the majority of those in the first portion of this first half. We're back to action. Alabama drives inside. That time, able to split down the interior. And that will be... Oh, it's a foul before. So the bucket was good, but they're not going to count the bucket. Yeah, bump before that by Jalen Hill, number 1, as he picks up the foul for Oklahoma. So the foul is before the shot. Alabama's bucket will get erased from the board here, and they're going to get the inbounds. Yeah, Connor thinks that Oklahoma can go to the Final Four potentially there. Potentially that could happen. They're a dangerous team. It all depends about who they face, though. Like what time of the bracket. Like who they basically a lot of the teams have like it all depends on the ceiling of a team there. I think that's their ceiling, could possibly be the Final Four for Oklahoma if they keep on playing like this. This one, no good, tipped up in the air, and Oklahoma going to come with a defensive rebound. They just load the interior, and they are stopping the dribble drive penetration from Alabama today. Oklahoma has it at the left elbow. Sooners now with the ball, without two of their starters as well, and they're winning by 3. At the left wing, Harmon. He dribbles, drives inside. Davion Harmon missed the layup. No good. Rebound by Petty here for Alabama. Now they go in transition. They swing it back out to the left corner. Shackelford. Now with the basketball. He floats it back out to the top of the key to Petty. Petty has it with 18 on the shot clock. 15 minutes left to go. Petty with the ball now. He dribbles, drives inside Petty. Left baseline, back outside to the left wing. They'll take a 3. Got it from the perimeter right there by Herb Jones. Hits it. Tie game, 37 even. Hey, what's good, Ian? Welcome to the stream, man. $14.40 left to go. Oklahoma has it inside. They're going to put it back outside. They take a 3, and it's good for Umoja Gibson. Sooners by 3. Been a great game today. Uri against Dayton. That game's going to be at 4 o'clock today, so 4 o'clock Eastern. 14:20 left to go. 3-point shot missed by Alabama. Rebound Oklahoma. Oklahoma has it down on the ground with the basketball. Ball deflected, stolen away. Alabama. Nobody to beat. Leads to an easy layup right there in transition as Shackelford able to get that one for 2. Turnover by Oklahoma is costly there. 14 minutes remain. If you guys are new to the stream, spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Yeah, unless the bracket is favorable towards their ends, they're playing toughness right now in this game. They would have a tough. There's a lot of tough teams out there though. Brady Manick fadeaway, missed it off the mark by Oklahoma, tipped up by Alabama. I think Alabama's upside as well as the potential to be a Final Four team too. Alabama going inside and contacting the fall. Crimson Tide will shoot 2 at the line. Ian still standing behind his Iowa pick for the national title. There's a lot of teams that have like Final Four upside potentially. I like Florida State to potentially sneak in there in the Final Four. It all depends on the matchups though. I have so many teams that's deserving in my opinion of a Final Four. Gonzaga and Baylor, you can mark those into the Final Four. And then the other 2, I've been debating who to go there. Texas, Michigan, Florida State, Houston, Alabama. There's so many teams that I'm just trying to debate on. But it's all about the matchups, though, in the tournament. That's the thing. Texas Tech, all depends on the matchups. Because if Texas Tech takes on Houston in the tournament, I think that Texas Tech's going to redeem themselves and beat Houston. Because Texas Tech played Houston back in November, and they were a no-show in that game. Alabama won 1 for 2 that trip at the free throw line. Tie game up at 40. 13:20 left to go. Manick with the basketball, puts it around the perimeter into the hands of Harkless. Harkless over to Harmon. Harmon turns the corner, drives inside. Easy layup, and the foul. Picked up by John Petty Jr. as Harmon gets the layup, cuts to the bucket, and he's going to go to the free throw line, shoot 1. Ryan thinks that the Dayton Flyers need to run the table and accept that second St. Louis game. He thinks they need to win the rest. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who comes on top of, who's at the top half of the A-10. VCU is playing against LaSalle right now. And that game's tied up at 15. So for Dayton there, they're rooting for LaSalle to help out their schedule because LaSalle beat them. And LaSalle has the chance to go 5-5 in the conference if they pull off the upset at VCU today. Providence leading Georgetown 24-12. Texas A&M only up by 1 against Kansas State 41-40. Duke destroying Clemson 58-31. Ian's also got Gonzaga, Iowa, Baylor, and Michigan. Yeah, he also believes in Alabama, not to the Final Four as of right now. Yeah, it's a lot of the stuff's all about the matchups there and who they take on later down the stretch. I really like. Oh yeah, VCU beat you guys too. That's right. But yeah, if they want to move up spots in the conference, there probably they'd wish for a LaSalle win. Free throw no good by Oklahoma. They get the basketball back, though, for the Sooners. Sooners now with the ball. Bounce pass over to Manick. Dribbles towards his right. Hands it off now to Harkless. As he swings it over to the left wing. Now they dribble now inside. Cuts to the bucket. And that's good for 2 more. Davey on Harmon attacking. And a nice move to the bucket once again. Oklahoma by 4. 12:40 left to go. Alabama has it inside the key. It's going to be a stoppage in time here with a quick personal foul picked up underneath. Clock will stop with 12:42. Yeah, I agree, and Baylor's backcourt crazy good. I've got a lot of the deeper teams making deep runs into the tournament. The teams that's playing like less minutes but splitting it up or so between everybody and scoring. Jose here's going to be back, going to take a shower, no problem, man. It's going to be Oklahoma basketball. Bounce pass underneath over to Manick. Shot fake. Manick puts it up and a foul. Counts it for 2. He's going to go to the line, shoot 1. Oklahoma by 6. $46-40 to score. And Brady Manick has the chance to put it to a 7-point game coming up at the charity stripe. They're playing their hearts out today for Oklahoma at home and just stopping all the dribble drive potential in the world. Drake's running the table. Drake's one of the top 3-point shooting teams this season in the nation. I think they're like top 15 in 3-point shooting. 7-zip run the last minute by Oklahoma. Alabama basketball. Crimson Tide has it the right wing. Herb Jones. He is guarded by Gibson. Jones now at the right baseline. Now he backs his way into the key. He puts it up and Jones gets fouled. Oklahoma personal foul picks up their 6th and the clock will stop with 12:06. Leading the way for the Sooners here, Davion Harmon with 15 points. Umoja Gibson just keeps on getting better and better here with 12 points. He is somebody who you want to buy stock in, is Umoja Gibson right now, because he has been on the upswing lately. A lot of these players like taking over this year. Like as of late, a lot of key players just have come in and taken over past couple of games. And Alabama without a single player here in double figures. First free throw, Alabama can't hit the free throw either. They've only made 3 free throw shots today out of 6 attempts. Second shot, got it. At the line by Herb Jones. 6-point game, 47-41. Could Western Kentucky go to the Final Four? That's going to be tough. Western Kentucky beat Alabama. I think they should get into the bracket. They play in the same conference though as UAB, so they're probably going to take one team. So Western Kentucky needs to get that automatic qualifier in order to be in the bracket. Brady Manick jumper takes it, makes it, and there's an Oklahoma player down and bad fall right now as his knee is twisted up on the ground. Number 0, Victor Awuakor, inside the key in obvious pain right now, as Brady Manick hits the 3, and Awuakor was trying to box out his opponent underneath and got twisted up underneath there. So we're going to take a timeout right now. That's tough. Good to see Awuakor getting helped out from the ground, though, so that's good to see as we're going to take a timeout. 11:43 left to go in the second half in this one. Oklahoma by 9. Alright, right now we're in the timeout here, folks. Oklahoma got their largest lead of the game. They're also plus 10 on the boards, 32 to 22 currently. And they're also out shooting Alabama from the perimeter as well, which Alabama's a great 3-ball team. Oklahoma 7 for 16, Alabama 7 for 18. Oh my gosh. Oh man, Duke destroying Clemson 63 to 34. You can say goodbye to the NCAA tournament there for Clemson, as they have got destroyed now by multiple teams. Virginia, Georgia Tech, Duke another one. That's going to happen. And Kansas State up against Texas A&M, 46 to 44 to score. Let's see here. Quick timeout. Scoreboard update here. Texas A&M has just tied it up now. It's 46-46. In the other SEC Big 12 battle. I'll be back later today. Next stream, Baylor against Auburn later today. Providence by 10 over Georgetown, 29 to 19. And then LaSalle over VCU currently 19 to 17. East Carolina beating Tulsa 54-53. So Tulsa's win against Houston, it just hasn't aged well. After that, they beat Houston by 1, and Tulsa just hasn't been able to follow it up with consistency. See, that's the thing. Tulsa could be in a tournament right now if this team was consistent, but they're not. It's too bad. They just could not ever build off of that win against Houston. That was like last year when they beat Memphis by 40. They won against Memphis 80-40, and just after that, it was just a lot of problems with consistency. Oklahoma getting on quite a bit of a run. Their big fella, Brady Manick, shades of Larry Bird, he looks like, and he is the one who's gotten extended minutes today for Brady Manick and able to get things done off the bench with 8 points. Just hit a 3-point shot right before the timeout. As Oklahoma on top here by 9. Hey, what's good, Russell? Welcome to the stream, man. Jeez, Duke, put in your water, boy. Yeah, Duke destroying Clemson. Yeah, I agree. Injuries can make a team inconsistent because that's what's happening with Miami this season. Miami beat Louisville, but if Miami had a full health in their team for the Hurricanes this year, they could be in the tournament right now. It's too bad. They could be like a top 35 team for Miami if they were fully healthy. Yep. Our crew points it out. Brady Manick reminds him of Larry Bird. Yep. Oh, yeah, that hairdo right there. Alright, so we're going to get back to action here. 50-41 the score with 11:35 left to go in the second half. It's going to be Alabama basketball, trailing by their largest deficit. Shot fake underneath, missed the jumper. Inside underneath, and great defense there as Manick comes away with the rebound. Oklahoma's interior defense. It has been the key here to stopping Alabama. Alabama constantly has been attacking the lanes, and they just cannot find the answers today in this game. Oklahoma has it. Pass inside off the cut underneath. Herb Jones shot fake. Turnaround. Puts it up and they're going to erase the bucket, so no good. Foul before. Clock will stop. Baby Illinois, welcome to the stream. I predicted Oklahoma might... Yeah, I was going back and forth this week with that prediction. My final one actually was Alabama once I saw that Austin Reeves was being held out of the game. Left baseline jumper off the cut. Manick just wide open, good for 2. I thought it would have been close though. 52-41 with 11 minutes left to go. Alabama ball. Just take the 3. He does. Wide open. Missed it. Rattled out. Just stood there with a basketball in his hands for a solid 3 seconds, and James Rojas missed it. Rebound Oklahoma. Lost control of the basketball. It's on the ground though. Alabama going to come in as they will force. That going to be a tie-up? Harkless was on the ground with it. He was on the ground with the basketball here. We don't have the call just yet. Should be possession arrow Alabama. Yeah, so it's going to be tie-up possession arrow Alabama. So Alabama gets it back. Oklahoma with 7 personal, it's Alabama in the bonus. Yeah, Oklahoma with 7 personal, so the top here, Alabama in the bonus. 52-41, 10:30 left to go. Crimson Tide now with the ball. At the right elbow. Alabama drives, got it. Good for 2 right there by Herb Jones. Now they're attacking. 9-point game, still a lot of time left to go. This ain't nothing for Alabama. They've been able to close out games late. Oklahoma dribbles around the perimeter. Davion Harmon looks the pass that he does to the right corner. Pro hop inside. Oklahoma floats it up. It gets blocked by Alabama. Here goes the Crimson Tide. They're great in transition. John Petty dribbles. He's going to attack the lane. Petty moves it out to the left corner. Jones, before that, will take the 3, but Petty gets called for the offensive foul. Unbelievable for Petty there. He had a clear lane to the bucket. There's no need to push off on Harmon. And Petty just pushes off on Harmon. There was no need to do that right there. Offensive foul by Alabama, and Oklahoma going to get it back. Sooners have it. Harmon dribbles now. At the right elbow, bounce pass, right corner, shot fake. Gibson back out to the right wing to the top. That's going to be Harmon who takes the three and he sinks it. Davion Harmon taking over this game for the Sooners. 18 points by him today. Just made his third triple. Alabama down by 12. Crimson Tide have it around the perimeter and the reach and fall picked by Oklahoma. Or is it going to be on Alabama here? It's on Alabama. Oh, it's going to be on Alabama. Offensive foul by Alabama. I thought that Harmon reached in around the screen, but no, they're going to say screen fall picked by Alabama, so it's going to go back to Oklahoma. Wow. Yeah, around the screen, number 1, Herb Jones picks up the personal. So this will be Oklahoma basketball. Sooners have it. At the top, Harmon, pass over to Manick. He takes an open three. Hit the rim short, no good. Rebound, Ellis. Alabama has it now. Dribbles past half court. Dishes out. Transitional three. Got it. That's where they're good at. Alex Reese sets it up at the right wing, and he hits the triple. 55-46. Still a lot of time left to go and 9 minutes remaining. As part of the SEC Big 12 Challenge, the other game going down here, Texas A&M leads at 49-46 against Kansas State. Live bet 8.5 first half for Providence there. Best of luck to that, Darren. Hopefully they do that. Hopefully they're up by double digits before halftime. Yeah, Providence by 8, 32-24 right now. They should be whooping them right now. They were doing that early. They were up like 17-7. Oklahoma get the inbounds. Number 1, Jalen Hill going to be the inbound passer. Oklahoma with 7 personal fouls and Alabama with 6. Sooners get the basketball, put the ball into the hands of Harmon. He's got 18 points with 3 made 3-point shots. Harmon bounce pass into the hands here of Gibson, also having a great game. Back outside, 3 ball, missed it. Off the mark, offensive rebound by Jalen Hill. Hill puts it up, gets blocked by Alabama. They're going to get the ball right back again for Oklahoma. Spots up, takes the 3, Harmon. Hit the front rim, tipped around, and Alabama finally comes up with a defensive rebound. Keon Ellis with the ball. 8:20 left to go. Alabama takes it past half court. They drive inside. Dishes back out left corner. Wide open 3. Reese, and he has got it. Automatic. They forgot to cover him in the left corner. 6-point game with 8:10 left to go. Alex Reese, back-to-back perimeter triples here for the Crimson Tide, and he now is in double figures with 15. Sooners basketball. Left wing perimeter. Ball into the hands around the outside of Harkless. He'll drive inside. Harkless puts it up off the back rim, tipped up. Rebound goes to Alex Reese. Reese tipping over right now. He is taking over this game. Pass off the cut. Ellis underneath, good for 2 in transition. Now it's a 4-point game. Alabama heating up. 8-zip run the last 2 minutes. Hey, welcome in it. Yep, Duke is destroying Clemson, man. Clemson has just no reason to be in the bracket right now. Clemson just keeps on getting destroyed with their games. Just getting beat down constantly. So right now on the timeout, great game. 7:30 left to go in the first half. So we take a look at it right here. Scoreboard update for college basketball going down right now. And it looks like this. Duke is destroying Clemson today, 69-38. And then Texas A&M leads a tight one over Kansas State, 49-46. LaSalle trying to pull off the upset. They look good early, up against VCU, 28-24. Providence up against Georgetown by 11, 37-26. Man, what a game here between these two teams. It's gonna be a fight to the finish. That is one thing for sure. And Alex Reese, he has taken over wide open with a 3-ball past couple possessions. So yeah, Providence has put up 37 points with 4 minutes left to go before halftime against Georgetown. Georgetown coming out of quarantine, no answers. Davion Harmon has taken over this game for Oklahoma. 18 points, made 3 perimeter triples. 12 points by Umoja Gibson, and then 10 off the bench by Manick today. For Alabama, leading scorer, only one player in double figures. That's Alex Reese. They got 4 players in this game averaging either 12 points or more for Alabama, but Alex Reese leads the way with 15 points, and he's made 3 shots from the perimeter as well. All stacks up to Alabama, 9 for 21 from the outside, and Oklahoma 8 for 20. Both 40% or over from three-point range, and Oklahoma king of the boards in this game. On the offensive glass, Oklahoma plus 9, 13-4. Total rebounds in favor of the Sooners, 35-26. Interesting. So Russell got his stimulus checks yesterday. So if you didn't get them, there's a way that you can Google, looks like, recovery rebate credit. Interesting, man. So both of these teams came into this game red hot. Alabama, winners of their past 10 straight. Oklahoma coming off a huge victory over Texas on Tuesday. They won their last 4 straight. Great ball game. Yep, with a score like that, Duke ripped off Clemson's head and shot down their neck. 72-40, Duke leading with 7 minutes left to go. Yeah, Clemson just not playing to be in the bracket. That's terrible. They've got blown out multiple times. Their record doesn't indicate how bad they've performed. They got destroyed by Virginia, lost against Georgia Tech, lost against Florida State. All 3 of those losses, they lost by 19 points or more in all 3 of those games. And Florida State, they were getting blown out by 37 at one time. They lost by 19 against Florida State. So those games weren't even close. They just got points in garbage time, basically. 55-51 to score and getting destroyed by 32 right now against Duke. 7:15 left to go. Oklahoma with the basketball up by 4. They have it around the perimeter. Sooners dribble with Harmon. Harmon bounce pass over to Manick. Pass inside, deflected. Stolen. Oh, they're going to say a reach-in picked up by Alabama. Alabama is ready to get that steal. 7th personal picked up by the Crimson Tide. That was a risky whistle right there by the refs to call that. That looked like it was all ball. Instead, it's going to change, and it's going to be Oklahoma at the free throw line. So what a momentum swing right there. 7th personal picked up by Alabama. Oklahoma going to go and shoot 1-1 bonus after the timeout. So quick media timeout as we take it here with 7:07 left to go. So yeah, a lot of blowouts in this time slot already. Right now. The big one, of course, is Duke over Clemson. Kansas State leading Texas A&M, though. Tight game, 53-51, approaching 4 minutes remaining in the first game of the SEC Big 12 Challenge. Wow. And Duke by 30, 72-42. Providence leading Georgetown by 9, 37-28. We'll see if Georgetown can shoot free throws coming up in the bonus. And they can't. They missed it. Georgetown missed the free throw. So we're just currently on a timeout here in this game right now. Yeah, K-State tied up now with Texas A&M. Oh my gosh, Providence with a monster dunk by A.J. Reeves. He usually doesn't score inside like that, and Providence by 11, 39-28. Holy smokes. A.J. Reeves with 22 points for Providence in the first half. He's averaging around 9 this season. A.J. Reeves averaging 9 points per game. He's got 22 in the first half against Georgetown. That's ridiculous. I thought that David Duke or Nate Watson would take over. It's A.J. Reeves. Yeah, that's a get-it-right game for Providence. They got a fairly favorable schedule coming up. So they got this game against Georgetown. They got another one as well at home against Georgetown. They got DePaul as well. They got 2 games left to go against St. John's. So Providence has got a favorable schedule to just really just make their way into the tournament if they don't suffer any bad losses. They got the tough one they close out at the end of the season to start off March against Villanova, their last game of the regular season. They also got 2 games against UConn. That's going to be telling. And then the game against Seton Hall coming up on Wednesday. So those games are going to be telling to see if Providence makes it into the bracket. The 2 against UConn, the game against Seton Hall, and of course not affording any bad losses in the two games against St. John's, this and the next one against Georgetown, and then the one against DePaul. They're already finished up with Butler. Yeah, Butler and Marquette they're already finished up with. And also Creighton they finished up with. So we are back to action. 7:07 left to go. Duke destroying Clemson 74-47. Under 5 minutes left remaining here. This game a good one. So we got a 4-point lead by Oklahoma. We get back to action. Oklahoma got fouled, so they're going to shoot 1-1 bonus at the free throw line. Oh yeah, for sure, man. UConn Providence always going to be great. So glad UConn's back in the Big East. Oklahoma missed it in the 1-1 bonus. Rebound Alabama now. Crimson Tide with the basketball. What's good? Diamond McCrab, welcome back on the stream, man, from Germany. No problem, bud. Glad to have you on here. Spin move inside. They move it back outside. 3 ball in the air. Alabama's got it. And it's a 1-point game. Jaden Shackelford sinks it. So what I need is I actually put Alabama to make more 3-point shots than Oklahoma, which Alabama's 10 for 22 from the outside. Oklahoma's 8 for 20. And yeah, I also took Texas A&M over Kansas State, so I'm good to see that Texas A&M leads by 2. 11 zip run by Alabama, only down by 1 now. Oklahoma jumper. They hit their first jumper in over 3 minutes, knocks it down. It's good for 2. Good game today. 6:20 left to go. Alabama with a 3 to tie. They get the basketball into the hands of Shackelford. Shackelford guarded, dribbles top of the key, moves it back out to the right wing over to Reese, back over to Shackelford at the top once again. Shackelford for left-hand dribble. Now he dribbles, turns the corner, floats it out right corner. Right wing dribbles out, takes the 3 off the mark, no good there. Tipped up, and Josh Primo missed it. Rebound by Oklahoma. Sorry to hear that, Diamond McCrab. Yeah, I could not believe when they saw that they lost by 30 against Rutgers a couple of days ago. They were coming out of quarantine, so still got a lot of time, but it's not looking good right now. They got to pick up a lot of quality victories coming up, which they have a ton of opportunities to do so for Michigan State. 5.5 remaining. Oklahoma takes a 3, contested off the mark, no good, tipped up. Brady Manick offensive rebound, floats it up, got it. Good for 2 in the mid-range by Manick. 5-point Sooners lead. Oklahoma, king of the boards today. 14 offensive rebounds to only 4 by Alabama. It's turned out to be plus 10 on the total boards here. Oklahoma 37 to Alabama's 27 for rebounds. Crimson Tide dribbles towards their left. Ball gets poked from behind, but that's going to be a reach and foul. Oklahoma picks up their 8th personal foul here the second half. It's going to send Alabama to the free throw line. 1-1 bonus with number 5, Jaden Shackelford. Oklahoma with 4 players in double figures today. Davion Harmon with 18 points, 12 by Gibson, 12 by Manick off the bench, and 11 by Harkless. And for the Crimson Tide here, Alex Reese leads the way with 15 points, and then 12 by Shackelford. Shackelford 1-1 bonus, first one, got it. This game could potentially come down to free throws. Yeah, the energy in this game's turned to the roll tide right now. Alabama's been good this season when it comes out to closing out games. They find a way to close out games. They beat Kentucky in their last game by 11. That game should have not resulted in an 11-point victory. They should have won that game by like 1 possession, maybe 2 possessions. But they beat them by 11. Second free throw, good. It's a 3-point game with 5:05 left to go. 7 personal fouls by Alabama, 8 by Oklahoma. Sooners will have the basketball. Holy smokes. Yeah, Providence just coughed up the lead, 42-38 against Georgetown. Ouch. That's too bad. They should be destroying them by more than 10 points right now. As Oklahoma pushes off, offensive foul picked up by Harkless. So turnover by Oklahoma, picks up their 9th personal, and Alabama's going to have it back. Yeah, that's embarrassing if Providence loses to Georgetown. Ouch. Kansas State leading Texas A&M 58-55. And Duke all over Clemson 75-47. 4:50 remaining. Alabama basketball. They move it out to the right elbow into the hands of Herb Jones. Jones gets stripped of the ball, gets stolen away by Oklahoma with 4:40 in the clock. Sooners now have it. Harkless at the top of the key, going to slow it down. Harkless now dribbles, drives to the bucket, puts it up too high off the backboard, tipped up in the air, rebound by Alabama. Petty puts it past half court, Hall wide open in the corner, Ellis for the three, got it. Tie game, 59-59. Nice, oh, actually no, they're going to say his foot was on the line, give him two. So not a tie game right there, 59-58. Yeah, man, they got to be taking it to Georgetown. I cannot believe it's only a 4-point game there. Oklahoma at the left wing, double team, feeds it inside to Manick. So his foot was on the line in the last three as Keon Ellis got counted for a two. Manick puts it up, it gets blocked. Alabama now with a chance to take the lead. They get the basketball, going to dribble past half court, 3:50 left to go. Moves it over to the left wing. Shackelford has it, dribble drive inside the hole, nice find, over to Ellis as he gets fouled. It's going to result in 2 free throws here. Oklahoma picks up their 10th personal foul. And now Alabama's inside the double bonus. Keon Ellis, big triple to put this game 1-1. Alabama ain't going nowhere. We're going to have one hell of a finish out in this one here as we're going to head to a timeout. Alright, right now we're in the timeout, folks. 3:56 left to go before halftime. If you guys are new here out on the stream, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified about future play-by-play live streams here on Behind the Arc Basketball. Scoreboard update, what's going on for college basketball right now on this timeout. Providence only leading Georgetown at the half, 42-38. They were up by double digits throughout most of that game until Georgetown came back. Kansas State up by 2 against Texas A&M, 58-56 with 1:39 remaining. Yeah, A.J. Reeves got 22 points for Providence, man. Duke destroying Clemson today, 75-51. Tulsa, East Carolina, all tied up at 65. And then VCU leads LaSalle now, 33-30. So we will keep you guys posted with scores throughout college hoops today. Alabama's made 10 3-point shots in this one, though it's Oklahoma on the boards. Plus 8 on rebounds, 37-29 in Oklahoma's favor. Yeah, this game, yeah, it's almost over. It's 3:44 left to go. Yeah, so we got 3:44 remaining in this game currently. So a lot of teams in action tonight, or a lot of teams in action today in this, and a lot of good games going down. That's one thing. Kansas State, Texas A&M for the other game of the SEC Big 12 Challenge going on currently. That game's tied up at 58 even over on ESPNU. I'll be back later today, 4 o'clock Eastern. Auburn taking on Baylor for that one. Five wins needed to clinch the Big 12 SEC Challenge. And there was supposed to be 10 games today as part of the challenge, but Kentucky on a pause, so that game has been canceled against Texas. Alright, so we're going to get back to action here. 3 minutes and 44 seconds left to go. Alabama's going to go to the free throw line, shooting the double bonus for a chance to take the lead coming up for the Crimson Tide, shooting 2 at the charity stripe. So Alabama will get 2 shots. It's going to be number 14, Keon Ellis, at the line shooting 2. Ellis looking for his 10th point of the game. He's 4 for 5 from the floor. Hits the first free throw. Tie game 59. Oklahoma's led basically the entirety of this game for Oklahoma. They were up by double-digit points as well at one point. They were leading this game by 12, and then Alabama went on an 11-0 run. Second free throw, Ellis gets it, and Alabama now leads it 60-59. 3:40 left to go. Oklahoma basketball going to dribble this one past half court. Sooners have it top of the key. Harmon moves it over to the left wing into the hands of Hill. Guarded at the left baseline. He'll dribble back around the perimeter, puts it outside to Harmon once again. Harmon passes over to Hill. Hill now looking to pass it. He's going to float it up, and there's contact there, though. Jalen Hill going to go to the free throw line, shoot 2. Shooting foul as Alex Reese picks up the personal. Clock will stop with 3:24. So crucial foul. Wow, Texas A&M, Kansas State, they just keep on going back and forth. Minute 18 remaining. Texas A&M leading by 2 against Kansas State, 60-58. First free throw. Jalen Hill gets it for Oklahoma. We're tied up here at 60. Second shot coming up to break the tie at the free throw line if Oklahoma can hit it. And they do. Jalen Hill, perfect 2 for 2. Alabama going to get back to basketball. Alabama takes it past half court. Over to the top of the key. Into the hands of Herb Jones. He passes inside. They'll save it, but they put it out. Oh, got deflected. Alabama able to get it back. Wide open in the corner. Right corner 3. Missed it off the mark by Herb Jones. Tipped up an offensive rebound by Alabama. Back outside Shackelford. No look pass over to Reese. Fires a 3. Missed it off the mark again. And it's going to go basketball to Oklahoma. So Sooners will get the ball back here with 2:56 remaining. What a game. Texas A&M with 1:23 left to go. And that game's gone final. Duke over Clemson, 79-53. That was a blowout today. Okay, let's see. Are other sports looking into decreasing severity, number of injuries? What do I see basketball doing to be less prone to injury? Maybe like putting more like space in the game schedule for the future. I know for the NBA, there's like quite a bit of back-to-backs or so. So probably just altering the schedule. I would have like fewer back-to-backs. 2:40 remaining. Alabama has it, trailing by 1. Shackelford takes it inside, floats it up, right-handed hook, no good. Rebound Manic for the Sooners. Oklahoma going to have it here with 2.5 minutes remaining. Sooners will take it past half court. Oklahoma dribbles towards the right wing. Harmon has it. Harmon now goes dribble drive inside, gets blocked by Alabama. Here goes the Crimson Tide in the 3-on-2 on the fast break. Lead over to Shackelford, lays it up, missed the layup. It stood still on the front rim, and a huge rebound by Oklahoma. Unbelievable that Jaden Shackelford misses the layup there with the left hand as the clock will stop with 2:10. That's a crusher for Alabama. They had a 3-on-2 transition. Unbelievable. A nice lead-in pass to Shackelford. He just had to beat one man. He did. It was just too strong off the backboard. Navy over Loyola Maryland. No shocker there. 70-52. So Oklahoma with 2:10 left to go. And Alabama picked up the fall on the rebound too. Texas A&M by 4 now in the final minute approaching it. First free throw, Oklahoma hits it. That's a crusher for Alabama. Alabama would have led this game now 62-61 if they made that layup. Just giving away points off the board. Second free throw, got it. Now they need a 3 to tie. They've got for perimeter shots today for Alabama. They made 10 threes. They're 10 for 25, 40% even. So here's Alabama. Herb Jones been the hot hand from the corner a couple times. Alabama has it, the right wing. It's going to be Herb Jones, passes underneath, and the clock will stop here. Or Alex Reese has been the one who's hit a big three, a couple big 3-point shots. So it's been Alex Reese in this one. Herb Jones is a perfect 1-for-1. Yeah, probably won't be as many back-to-backs next season for the NBA this year. Yeah, schedule back-to-backs, limited travel. Yeah, I actually like what they're doing for the schedule, like how they're having the games against the same opponents, like a Wednesday and a Friday. That makes sense to have space in between for a day to rest on Thursday. Alabama missed the free throw. They got fouled. John Petty Jr. second shot got it. 63-61. 1:50 left to go. Oklahoma gonna have it back. Sooners will take it back to half court. Puts into the hands of Jalen Hill. Back outside to Harmon. Harmon over to Manick. Hands it off now to Harkless. Harkless over to Harmon. Dribbles towards his right. Harmon back outside to Manick. Ball was deflected. Manick able to get it, though. Back over to Harmon. 6 on the shot clock. Minute 25 left to go. Harmon takes a 3. That's up and air ball. Rebound Alabama. Shot clock expires at 0. So it's going to be Crimson Tide basketball anyway. Minute 23 remaining. How about the schedule for college basketball near the end? Yeah, it gets a little bit hectic with Sweet 16, Elite 8 in there. They put those on a Monday because they usually have done those games on a Thursday and Friday, so they have given it more space this year. So they put them on a Monday and Tuesday for the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 games, I think. Alabama has it. Dribble drive inside. Oh, missed another layup. No good. Shackelford, but they get the offensive rebound. Petty puts it back out to the top here. A chance to tie with a 2. A chance to take a lead with a 3. 55 seconds left to go. It's Shackelford as he dribbles to the right wing. Drives again. Dish out left corner. Ellis looks for the corner 3. Missed it off the mark. Rebound by Manick for Oklahoma. 45 seconds remaining. 17-second differential shot clock and game clock. That was a massive rebound for Oklahoma. They lead it by 2. Sooners now with the ball. And a timeout taken here by Oklahoma. Down to 1 timeout. Alabama with 3 timeouts. Texas A&M up against Kansas State. 24 seconds left to go, it looks like, in that one. Wow, Oklahoma trying to pull off the upset in this one with 37 seconds remaining as they take a timeout. Alright, so we're going to head to this timeout. I'll be back later today. Baylor against Auburn, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Also, Celtics-Lakers. It all ends to the big one with tonight's game. That's going to be Celtics-Lakers, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Indeed, what a fantastic defensive game in this one. Oklahoma been loading in the lane in this game, stacking the lane, and that's how they've been able to, if they come out on top, that's how they have won this game, is just sending in bodies in the interior and just forcing Alabama to miss dribble drives inside. And they've missed quite a bit of layups in this game that they should have converted on. They had one in transition, they missed it too. Tulsa over East Carolina there, so Tulsa gets the W, 77-68. Yeah, definitely, Bradley. March Madness game's going to be wild this year. First round, yeah, they put it on Friday for the start of the round of 64. 19th and 20th, second round. Yep, second round starts 21st, 22nd, and Sweet 16, 27, 28, Elite 8 on the 29th, 30th. And then Final Four and Finals are a week later. So they get like a full week to prepare for those. Yep, VCU by 3 at the half over LaSalle, 33-30. Duke already beat Clemson by a bunch in that game today. Oop. This game is good. That's one thing indeed. Here we go. Right back to action, folks. 37.4 seconds remaining. It's going to be Oklahoma basketball up by 2. They get a 17-second differential shot clock and game clock. Oklahoma passes it off to the backcourt. Into the hands of Harmon. Harmon guarded by Ellis at the top of the key. Has the basketball in his hands. 15 on the shot clock. As he moves it over to the left wing. Over to Harkless. Harkless now dribbles towards his right. Harkless, shot clock down to 8:24 seconds left to go. Harkless drives. As he's going to go turnaround jumper. Got it. Wow, that's a tough one. Elijah Harkless hits a 2 right there. And Oklahoma by 4. Alabama takes the 3. No good. Rough look right there. Rebound Oklahoma with 12.4 seconds. Alabama, just no teamwork right there in that shot. They just took it up the court and just straightaway three, just missed it way off the mark. So Oklahoma going to go to the bonus shoot too. We got over 60 people just dumped on the stream all at once. If you guys are new here, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I cover play-by-play basketball here in Behind the Arc Basketball, college games and NBA games. I'll be back later today. Auburn against Baylor at 4 o'clock Eastern. Oklahoma without their leading scorer, Austin Reeves, without another one of their starters into the game as well with Alondes Williams. And they are 12 seconds away from pulling off the upset here as the number 24 ranked team in the nation over the number 9 team. First free throw, no good. Harkless missed it, rolled around the rim and out. Hey, what's good, Warren? Welcome to the stream. Good, you can see a 15 or 16 seed pulling off an upset. All determines on the matchup right there. What's good, Braden? Welcome to the stream, man. Big game for you coming up against West Virginia there for Florida. Yep, other live stream stopped, so I have like 80-something people dumped in right now. First free throw was no good, missed by Oklahoma in a double bonus. Timeout taken on the floor. Sooners down to 1 timeout remaining. Alabama down to 2 timeouts left to go. So we welcome on Cameo 5X onto the stream. Yeah, Villanova State and all that should hopefully be a good game as well today. What's good, Devin? Welcome to the stream, man. Boomer Sooner going out for Oklahoma in this one. So we got 12.4 seconds remaining in this game. If you guys are new on the stream, 33 all the way. Appreciate Bud for dropping them by. You should have spiked that thumbs up, hit that like, that subscribe button as well. Both of these teams with 10 personal fouls total. Alabama with 2 timeouts left to go. Oklahoma with 1 timeout left remaining. Later today, I'll be back 4 o'clock Eastern time. Baylor against Auburn, and then Celtics against Lakers later tonight as well. Yeah, Darren puts out, this is a big upset because Oklahoma was without Austin Reeves and Alondes Williams, 2 of their starters. Right before the start of the game, like a half an hour before, they were announced that they would not play in the game today due to COVID-19 protocols. Alright, so Oklahoma going back to the free throw line. One more free throw coming in here by Harkless, as he missed the first one. Second one coming up here right after the timeout. So here we go. Elijah Harkless shooting his last free throw. 12 seconds left to go. Coconut Kicker, welcome to the stream. And he hits that one. Oklahoma by 5. Alabama gets the inbound. They're going to take it past half court. 10 seconds left to go. Herb Jones gives it over to Petty. Petty top of the key. Back out to Reese. Shot fake. Left corner. Got to shoot a 3. Does. It's up. No good. Tipped up in the air. And it's going to get rebounded by Oklahoma as this game is over. Sooners pull off the W. Huge win. Extend their winning streak to 5 in a row. They have ended Alabama's 10-game winning streak. As this one is over here. Oklahoma with a W at home in the Big 12 SEC Challenge. 66-61 the final. Incredible defensive game in this one. And Oklahoma's interior defense, it was the key today, as Alabama, they were crushing opponents heading into this game in that 10-game winning streak. What they kept on doing, dribble drive, penetration all over the place inside. And in this game, Oklahoma found a way to stop it without 2 of their key starters in this game either, without their lead point guard, Austin Reeves, playing today. So major win for Oklahoma here. Appreciate you guys for dropping on by here. Muddy Graves, welcome to the stream. Cameron, welcome to the stream here. Io, welcome on the stream. Thanks so much for the sub, Devin. Really appreciate it, man. Great win indeed for Oklahoma. They keep on moving up in the bracket right now. Wow, Ryan puts out breaking your lines to trade Matthew Stafford before the Super Bowl. Wow, man. Alright, so that's a wrap here. I'll be back 4 o'clock Eastern time. Baylor against Auburn. Feel free to stop on by for that one. I cover college basketball games and NBA games, all different types of teams. I'm actually from Massachusetts myself, so I'm a Providence fan for college myself here, but I cover all different teams for college hoops and NBA. So I'll be back later today. Baylor against Auburn, and then later tonight, I'll be having the NBA Celtics against Lakers later on. Before you sign off, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, everybody. Of course, like to shout out my members in the stream here. Jack, Jason, the sports expert, Warren, and Aaron, the members out here on the stream, really appreciate it. If anybody would like to become a member in the Behind the Arc Basketball membership, as low as $1.99 per month. We have special shout outs out here. Gonna wrap this one up. I'll see you guys at 4 o'clock Eastern for Baylor Auburn. Thanks so much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.